Alright guys, we just pulled up to the farm. Welcome back, welcome back. We're doing a couple things in this video today. Starting off, we're gonna barricade the front of our property. We have this pretty long path that leads all the way up to our first gate. That's all the way, it's like somewhere in there. And unfortunately, just people being nosy, man, they'll pull into this path and they'll ride all the way up to the gate, and I don't even want them to get that far. So I wanna put a gate up in the front. I wanna, mark some purple. I wanna get everything set in stone to where if something does happen this year, I got the game warden on speed dial, and he'll just be able to come take care of it, and I know that I have everything done the way it needs to be done. This morning we were at Tractor Supply, picked us up a 12-foot gate. We got 2 6x6 posts that we're gonna throw into the ground. We got the concrete. We got everything we need to go ahead and make this happen. The old shovel and post hole digger's going to work today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and unload the truck and let's get to digging. Alright guys, gate is looking good. If you can kind of see that I all centered it. I really needed like a 14-foot gate, but I made this work because I don't want to put the post into a field that we're doing stuff with. So I kind of favored it to this side, but either way there's more path to be exposed. So we're just, you're just gonna have to turn a little bit more, but I am happy with it. We got the purple on the post, purple on the trees. We did all the way down the property line this way, all the way down that way. We got a posted sign right there and a small one on the gate. Should be ready to rock and roll. And when I first got the property, I did just put little stakes on the property lines. We've had some issues, but now this clearly states, the purpose, and I don't think we should have too many more problems past this. And if we do, like I said, this is what is needed to go ahead and just call the game warden and let him come deal with it. But guys, in order to do this, I couldn't bring everything to complete this video like the four-wheeler, because now we're gonna do a maintenance video. We're gonna go into the farm, show you guys an update on the food plots, go ahead and get these feeders topped off. And I mentioned this in my last video, trying to make my presence less and less. So we'll do a complete farm update and just get everything ready to rock and roll so we don't have to come in here for another couple more weeks, guys. And yeah, that's gonna be part 2, so I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all, it is the next day. You can see the truck is loaded down, and we have a pretty big agenda to do at the property today. I want to be able to get in here today, do what we got to do, back on out, and we should be good for about another month or so. One of the biggest things today is working on this 3.5 acre cutover. You guys can see that when we cut this, I left some of those pine trees, and it's blocking a little bit of that backfield from the box house. So I want to go through today and just kind of nick those trees down. We still might leave a couple, but next year, guys, we're gonna have to bring a bulldozer in here and literally just plow that. Once we cut it, I tried to maintain it and spray it. I was popping 4-wheeler tires. It's just we need to get down to bare dirt, either figure out what we can plant as far as like a native grass, or we'll try to plant it with some type of crop. But as of right now for this year, hopefully what's there, that's the tallest it's gonna get. But once it starts kind of dying off this winter, hopefully we can get in there before, you know, the spring regrowth comes up, and we'll try to see how we can try to, you know, tackle that. We got to mess around with a couple feeders, guys. We're gonna go check the watering hole, just do what we can out here and get things set. So let's go ahead and unload the truck and let's get to it. Alright guys, the first location we're at is the old gravity feeder. If you guys missed that video when we got the stuff set up, it was about maybe 4.5, 5 weeks ago. I had a feeling this was going to happen, but we have not had a lot of attention on this gravity feeder. You know, I'm looking at the height, like the height's good, and we've had some bucks and some does eating around it. I consistently keep on putting food around the feeder to get them, you know, to introduce. We have a deer named Sally. Sally's kind of like the stupid doe of the farm. Walking out at 12 o'clock, I mean, she kind of like likes this area a lot. She's put her nose to it, but she has not ate out of it. And guys, I really don't, it's just one of those things where we're just gonna keep trying to, you know, introduce it to the farm. I keep, you know, supplying food around it to get these deer to this area. Right now, we're gonna clear some of those weeds and some grass out. We just had a massive flood, so like I'm really almost standing in water right now. Let's just go ahead and clean up the spot a little bit. We might see, I know I keep on pulling feed out of it and putting it on the floor, so we'll check the level of that. If it needs some, we have some corn right here, but let's clean up the area a little bit. Alright guys, spot number 2. If you don't remember this feeder, this is the 325 Elite 2, I believe, that we set up out here in the backfield. I told you guys from the beginning that the height of this feeder is absolutely insane. Pan mast to low, but it just said broadcast corn so rapidly, and you guys can see it, and this happens every single year, but we got corn growing around here. All this green that's sticking up, that's all corn. They also have feed hub installed into this feeder, which is just a replacement of the feeder head itself. It scans a level of corn for me, so right now I'm at 10%, that's why we're out here doing what we're doing, guys. My battery motor's at like 37. I get to change all of the feeding times from my phone. All of this is mobile to the phone, so it's really, really sick. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave MOULTRIE down in the description. You guys can go get you the kit. But yeah, it definitely saves me having to come out here all the time, and it lets me know where we're at with our feed levels. So let's go ahead and top her off and switch out this battery. Alright, spot number 2 is looking good. I'm satisfied with it. I just hit the feed on demand just to get some fresh corn on the ground. I kind of spilled one of the bags, but you know, same thing. When I say I am sinking in these fields right now, it is like, it's bad. It's almost like we got like too much rain, and it could actually affect the crops. I'll show you guys a couple sections. Maybe just look behind me, all the green. I mean, everything's coming up good. The forage oats have, you know, had a really good comeback. I had to rebroadcast my purple top and my kale just because the germination rate was not good. We went like almost 2 weeks without rain when we planted, but I'm glad it's having a comeback, guys. I'm really relying on these fields to have some greens in them for us to, you know, hunt the whole rest of the season. So super jacked about it. This camera's looking good and battery's good. Let's go ahead and jump over to the watering hole. I want to see how much rain is like flooded that thing. I mean, 'cause we got hammered last night. Walking down the path right now, and holy shit. So you guys gonna get my first reaction. Shockingly, it's been worse, but she's full. Good night. Yeah, it's a full watering hole. Crazy as it sounds, I get more attention at this watering hole when it is flooded like this, because I guess it's just easier for them just to reach down and drink. I mean, it's funny how it works, but yeah, Bo, she's high. The biggest reason why we put this hole here is because of this right here. You guys can see it is literally a constant flow of water that is just draining into our pond. I'd say we were probably about a foot low on this hole, so I enjoy when it gets swamped. We built this in a way of, even if it kind of gets overflowed, it doesn't really affect anything around it. Truthfully, the more rain we have in there, the longer the hole lasts, because it kind of hits that borderline of you know, where the water level's at in the pond, and then the overflow. So as it just kind of starts to evaporate, it just kind of starts right back at the lip of the pond. And I know easily right now, if we didn't get rain for about a month and a half, 2 months, we're still gonna be near about full. So we're gonna walk over here to the blind, guys, get up there and really look and see what trees are like blocking our line of view. I do want to leave a couple. I don't think all of them are gonna be too much of an issue, but let's go ahead and get to the height we need to see, and try to hopefully remember just from looking up here, then jumping down and actually getting down there in the field if we're gonna cut the right ones. And we're up. I can't even begin to tell you guys how excited I am to sit up here this year and just enjoy of all the hard work that we've done. Go ahead and open up our window. All right, so you guys can see that's what I'm talking about. Just all of that I'm really losing down there at this bottom. Up here we're pretty good as far as, you know, walking into this corner over here, but I've got to sit here and try to remember exactly which ones we're gonna cut, because it's a completely different story once you get down there and you're in that mess, because it's thick. Let's go ahead and clean this stuff up, throw it in the truck. And if you guys remember what this cutover looked like when we first got this property, I mean, I've done what I can for this year, and there goes my hat. I've done what I could this year to make it at least huntable, because like I said, there's no point to have two different box houses to hunt two different fields when, like, I mean, this is doable for the range it's at. But I mean, this stuff was like 12, 15 foot tall, and it was exactly what this stuff is right here. So the fact that we got it at least manageable, it's getting to the height again where, like, it's kind of concerning about, you know, as far as looking over the whole field. But I learned my mistake last time. I can only go so far in this stuff because I popped 3 4-wheeler tires in a matter of like literally 20 minutes. I just wish this stuff would just continuously grow. I don't mind the native grasses, or even, I don't even know what the hell kind of grass that is, but I don't mind the grass. It's just this stuff. It's actual trees that are like legit growing back, which is a pain in my ass. All the ones that I think are in the way, they're getting knocked down right now. Just gonna cut them like that, guys, and literally have it for like rabbit cover. But let's roll the time lapse and be knocking all these out. Quail. Guys, those are quail. Holy shit. Wild quail. That is freaking a sight to see. Just have 4. I literally almost ran them over. That makes me smile so much. They're somewhere, but you guys saw that though. That is so freaking cool to see, guys. That literally we just had 4 wild quail at the farm. Let's hope that population keeps going, but let's get back to cutting. Whew, 18,000 thorns later and about 15 ant mounds, we're done. I looked down and my whole pant was freaking red, dude. I was standing, who knows how long I was standing in that nest for. And my socks and my boots, up my leg, it was worth it. I can tell you right now, that looks good. Holy crap, guys, it's night and day. The one I freaking left is still gonna piss me off, that one right there. But either way, if you look to the right of that, I mean, at least we still have that whole entire bottom. Might even just leave it. That's right on the trail where they walk out. So this is already gonna be like a new scenery to them, but I am happy with that, guys. I got everything packed up. I can't get it out of my head, and I spooked them up again, but I didn't have the GoPro in my head. But the wild quail, man, that just gets me super excited, and that just brings me to my next thing, guys. That's why I want to do something, like I said, with that 3-acre cutover. Like, I'd love to, you know, have something for the turkeys and the quail. I mean, like, I've heard of them being around here, but the fact that there was 5 of them actually that choose my farm and, you know, they do their thing. I just want to make habitat better for everything. So I want to have different sections, and hopefully we can attract, you know, more of that, because that's the best feeling in the world, knowing that there's really not many wild ones around here. So the fact that I got to see those today just makes me think of some other ideas we can do to try to bring more to it. Horns out, batteries are changed, feeders are set, cameras are charged. We got everything looking good, and I'm excited to, you know, guys, we're getting super close here. Shortly, you guys will see while we're kind of getting everything prepped, and I'm not going to spoil it because you guys are going to see that soon. I really appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.